Hello, 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 beautiful people. Welcome to Good Morning with me, Misti B. Now, guys, I have to ask you a question. Have you ever heard of Instagram face? I have not. Have you ever heard of a tech neck? I definitely have not heard of that. Well, the ladies from Lush RX MedSpa are in studio with me today, and we're going to talk about, does black really crack? And we're going to talk about Botox, injections, fillers, and all of the myths and misconceptions that surround it. So you guys, stay tuned, because coming up next, we have these amazing ladies, Krystal and Kishanda, and they're going to do a special demonstration for us right here in the studio. I'll see you guys in just a second.
Confidence comes standard with a certified pre-owned Cadillac from Ron Carter Cadillac, your only Houston area Cadillac to your door dealer. Get 2.9% APR for 72 months on Houston's largest certified pre-owned Cadillac inventory, with the assurance of a 172-point inspection, meticulous reconditioning by master Cadillac technicians, and a total 5-year limited warranty with unlimited miles.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. Ron Carter Cadillac.com.
Real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford, financing, closing costs, mortgage, putting it on the market, considering offers, inspection, negotiations, submitting offers, schools, down payment, title insurance, home warranty, taxes, review net sheets. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy, because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Welcome back, everyone. So I have to tell you guys, I am super excited about today's guest. So I'm gonna be honest, I do not know a lot about fillers, injections, or Botox, but these two ladies today are going to tell me all about them. Hello, welcome to the studio, Krystal and Kishanda.
Hi.
Okay, so really quickly, so Krystal, you are the owner of Lush RX MedSpa, correct?
Yes, I am.
What do you do at your med spa?
I have fun all day long.
Okay, fun? Like what type of fun?
Making people look beautiful, feel beautiful, and just changing lives.
I love that. And what do you do, Kishanda, at the studio?
I do injections.
Injections,
Yes.
Okay.
Botox and fillers.
Botox
Yes.
and fillers. All right. Now, Krystal, I have to jump in, okay?
Yeah.
I have never heard of this Instagram face.
Yes, ma'am.
Wait, do I have Instagram face naturally?
Well, you have a natural sculpted cheek, jawline, so I think you do.
Smash.
Hey.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I like the joke. But what is Instagram face?
So the Instagram face kind of started with the Kardashian boom.
Okay.
People love a lifted eye with the lifted cheek,
Okay.
a defined jawline, and a defined chin as
Okay.
well. So if we can think of a triangle, it's exactly what everyone wants their face to look like.
Okay, and so Instagram, what are they doing? Are they?
So with Snapchat, I guess was like maybe the first filter one.
Yes.
One of the most common filters that everyone loved was the one, I think, with the bunny ears.
Okay.
But it creates a contour. The more contour you look, the leaner, the fresher that you look. And so everyone now is getting filler put in instead of, having the filter.
Having to have the filters
Yeah,
and then not showing up like what they look like on
Exactly,
Instagram.
exactly.
Okay, now what is tech? I like the name. What is tech neck? What is that?
Well, I mean, everyone has a phone.
Okay.
And so on our phones, we're doing this all day. And so over a period of time, get bands in our neck.
Okay.
That are pretty much permanent because they're just steady increases from us looking down on our phones all day.
Really? And
Yeah.
so no one wants tech neck?
No one wants tech neck.
How do you know if you have tech neck? Whoever like literally looks at their neck. I'm just wondering.
When you're doing your makeup in the mirror.
Oh, you'll be surprised. Like seriously, people are studying themselves.
Yes.
Okay. Now I just had to get those out the way because I'm like, this is like so different from me, and I'm excited to learn.
Brand new.
Never heard no tech neck. I heard of turkey neck, but I never heard of
When
tech
you're doing your
neck.
makeup and you're looking and you're doing your blush, you're like, I don't remember those lines there. What did those come from?
And they say the best way to determine a person's age is to look at their neck.
Yes.
Really?
Neck and hands give it away every time.
Oh, well, I've been having my grandmother's hands since I was like 10.
You're an old
It's not
soul.
fair.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I mean, I love them. They came from her. It's a
Yes.
part of me. Okay, so let's talk about the types of procedures that you guys offer.
So we do anything that's non-surgical. So
Okay.
minimally invasive procedures such as Botox, fillers. We do the PDO threads. We do hydrofacials, chemical peels. We do Sculptra. We do. You want to add anything, Kishanda?
I think that's you've hit all of them.
Most
All of
Yeah,
them?
yeah.
Okay.
That's
anything without going under the knife.
So
Yes.
most of us have heard of Botox and fillers.
Yes.
But most of us, well, I can speak for myself, I have not heard of PDO threads, but we have a video of you performing PDO threads at your spa. So we are going to take a quick look.
Is what they say. This is your good side.
So these are PDO threads, better known as polydioxide. They're absorbable threads that build collagen. They have barbs on them that catch underneath the dermis, right above the collagen matrix. After a couple of weeks, as the thread absorbs, the collagen production behind it leaves a lift. They're good for anyone who has mid-face jowling, jawline definition, even eyebrows. There's really no downtime to it. It can be done a little less 30 minutes to an hour, and they last for about 2 years. We opted for the PDO threads because we didn't want to add volume to her face. When it comes to the mid-face, if you do a lot of filler, it kind of takes away from the facial features. Rather than just to put a lot of filler here, we just did a thread lift to kind of lift up the cheek and create even more open eye, higher cheekbone, and less jowling around the mouth.
Wow, Krystal. Okay.
It's amazing.
Now look, I'm that person, I really like sit at home and watch YouTube videos of like blackhead extraction, like when I'm really bored, the ones that are really disgusting, and I'm like, ugh, but I want to see it. That's what I just did watching that video. It's not that scary. It's not that, okay, so can I tell you what it looked like from a consumer's point of view?
Yes.
It looked like you were putting big pimples. It looked like little baby cysts. Okay, anyway, but what's really going on there? Like what is it doing for her skin? 'Cause I heard you say it was immediate results.
So what you didn't see in the video is those tiny pimples that you see are tiny little holes that we enter a PDO thread in. And what the PDO thread is basically a carbon fiber that absorbs over time. But what's unique to them is they have barbs on them, kind of like like a Christmas tree, like the little barbs. As we insert the threads in, those barbs pull some of the tissue for it.
Okay.
So not only are we creating collagen, it lifts and promotes collagen production at the same time.
Yes. So who is PDO threads? Who is that perfect for?
So PDO threads PDO threads can be, they're very versatile.
Okay.
Basically. PDO threads could be easily for someone who's not quite ready to have a facelift.
Okay.
Or maybe they don't want to have a facelift because of pricing and things like that.
Okay.
So PDO threads are not as permanent as surgery, but they provide a nice lift in areas that have significant sagging and jowling.
Okay.
Also, PDO threads are also for a younger person who maybe wants a little bit more structure to their face. Maybe they have a round face and want to lift up their cheeks a little bit. Because sometimes the little chubby stuff doesn't really, over time, and so PDO threads are really great for lifting those areas as well too.
Okay, now let's talk about our community, right? Because we all grew up, black don't crack.
So it cracks. It cracks.
But when did it start cracking? When did it start cracking?
Well, I mean, we have to consider our ancestors and our grandmothers, our great grandmothers. They had a totally different lifestyle than we have. They had different food than we have. They had a different environment. So over time, we have pollutants in the air, we have processed foods that we're eating, we're not as active, and so our skin is not as elastic as it should be over time.
And Kishanda, so you are actually a client as well?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you get? Do you mind sharing?
Of course.
Okay.
Oh, no. I've had Dysport to my forehead. I've had
Say that again.
Dysport,
What does that
Botox
mean?
Dysport.
Okay.
It's a neurotoxin.
Okay.
So it's just a different brand.
Okay.
I've had under eye filler. I have cheeks. I've had smile lines, and I've done lips.
Okay. What was your inspiration? What made you say I want to try this?
Basically, I was looking tired.
Okay.
I look like myself, but it was just one day, and I feel like, especially since like the pandemic and being home, I work still in the medical center, so I didn't get the time off. So I'm dealing with the pandemic. I have 2 young kids. I'm running. And one day I look in the mirror and I just look tired. And that was the thing. I was like, okay, all the nice moisturizers, all the YouTube videos of like rub your face this way 15 times a day. It wasn't doing it.
Okay.
All of it, the facial yoga. Okay, I'm like, okay, come on, sleep upright to help. It just wasn't doing it. I did my research, and then I started my journey of getting certified. I met Krystal, I joined her team, and then it's like, okay, this is what good work looks like.
Okay.
You look like you, but I look like I'm hydrated. I look like I'm getting 8 to 10 hours of sleep when we're getting like 4. And it was just a nice thing of like, I'm taking care of myself.
Okay. So it was self-care for you.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Okay. And Krystal, so let's talk about some of the myths and misconceptions about any type of, I don't even know what to call this work. I don't want to just say injections because it's so much, but what are some of the myths and misconceptions about injections, Botox, PDO threads?
Well, let's talk about the number one thing. Some people don't know the difference between botulism, which is Botox or Dysport, and fillers. Well, fillers are just what they are. They're fillers. They fill an area.
Yes.
So if you have a wrinkle, you'll still be able to move it, but the filler will make it less pronounced.
Okay.
Whereas Botox and Dysport is a neuromodulator. So what they do is they basically tell the brain to stop moving the muscle.
So the spot, these forehead things, right? Lines.
So you still actually have the forehead lines, but what the Botox and Dysport does is it stops sending communication to the brain to move it.
Okay.
So you still have the lines, and so as it wears off in 3 to 4 months, that's why the lines come back. And another misconception is if you do Botox and Dysport over a period of time, they actually get worse. Well, that's not true. They will be the same wrinkles that you have. You'll just be able to move them.
Yes.
It'll be the same wrinkles that you originally
the same wrinkles.
The wrinkles you came in here with. I love that explanation. So we have to go on a quick break. And guys, I have something special for you. These ladies are going to do a demonstration for us. I've never seen fillers or injections, so I'm excited. So you guys stay tuned. We're going to be right back right after this break.
Confidence comes standard with a certified pre-owned Cadillac from Ron Carter Cadillac, your only Houston area Cadillac to your door dealer. Get 2.9% APR for 72 months on Houston's largest certified pre-owned Cadillac inventory, with the assurance of a 172-point inspection, meticulous reconditioning by master Cadillac technicians, and a total 5-year limited warranty with unlimited miles.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. RonCarterCadillac.com.
Real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford? Financing, closing costs, mortgage, putting it on the market, considering offers, inspection, negotiations, submitting offers, schools, down payment, title insurance, home warranty, taxes, review net sheets. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Welcome back, everyone. So as I promised you guys, we were going to have an in-studio demonstration. That's right. Did I say demonstration? Don't judge me. This is my tongue. But Kishanda is willing to do something, and Krystal is here, and she's going to do it for her. Okay, so what are we doing right now, Krystal?
So we're going to fill in her smile lines, AK laugh lines. You know, those areas that where, you know, when you wear makeup, it just creases over time and it can be so annoying.
Okay. So I'm ready to see you get started. So you've already numbed her, right?
I already numbed her.
Okay.
I've already cleaned her off.
Okay.
And so we're going to start.
Do you have to get numb? Like, can somebody be bold and say, I don't need numbing?
I mean, it feels like a pinch with a slight burn. So it's not the most uncomfortable thing, but if we can, you know, make it a little less painful, we sure can.
Make your clients happy. All right, I'm ready to watch the procedure. This is my first time, and I'm excited.
Oh, well, you're in luck. And we're also using the newest filler on the market. It's called Wrestling Contour.
Okay.
And it's a nice filler that can be used in the mid-face without adding a lot of bulk.
Without adding a lot of bulk.
Right.
Okay, so when you say bulk, can you define that? Because I want to make sure I understand.
Chipmunk cheeks.
Oh, there we go, chipmunk cheeks. Speak layman's terms. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So I'm also going to use a cannula, which allows me to only poke her one time.
Okay.
So she's already been cleaned off and numb. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick her in the vicinity of the area that I would like to go to. So slightly right here. And I'm going to make a little barrier for it to come out.
Okay.
Second. All right. So.
And she's not moving, so she must really be numb.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's numb. So this looks intimidating, but it's not. It's basically what we call blunt tip cannula. It's like thin, it's flexible, and it allows me to kind of fill in those areas.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pull this down a little bit. I'm gonna go in this hole, and then I'm just gonna kind of like make it a little bit more taut. You see she's not really flinching. And so I'm gonna start filling these smile lines without even just underneath it.
Okay. Underneath.
Give a nice buff. And this is what I call like a fanning technique.
Okay. And why the fanning technique?
Because it allows me to spread it evenly.
Okay.
Without, you know.
So just like a fan. Different blades.
So what I tell people, filler is basically like contouring makeup,
but
underneath the skin.
Okay.
So like kind of doing my little makeup brush.
Okay. So it gives you the definition that we talked about earlier, like when you said the strong with the chin. Is that what we were talking about?
Well, see, this one right here, all I'm doing is I'm adding volume in areas where we call depressions.
Okay.
So depressions occur whenever we have multiple movements over time. So the smile line is very common. She's a smiler.
Okay.
And so she's going to have a little bit more than someone who has what we call a standing angry face.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So a standing angry face, they may need to get some Botox in their forehead versus smile. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So I'm already done with this one side.
Okay.
Minimal swelling.
Okay.
Minimal bleeding or anything like that. And you can kind of see.
Yes, I'm noticing.
It's like a little smoother. You know, she doesn't really have a lot of lines anyway. But so, just half a syringe on this one side, and I'm going to do the other side.
Okay. Now, how long does it usually take for this to, like, I guess is the word set, Krystal? Is that the word, or?
You want to allow 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay.
2 weeks for ultimate healing. Turn you this way. I'm going to do the same side.
Okay.
I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm going to come over here.
Oh yeah, I have a better angle. I have a better view here.
Yeah, just create a little burrow for me to put the cannula through. I'm gonna come out. And like I said, she's pretty numb. So all she feels is maybe a little pressure.
A little pressure. Okay, so nothing that, because that needle is pretty, you know.
Well, it's blunt.
It's blunt. Okay.
So it's not a needle. It's just, I kind of call it my mini IV.
Mini IV. Okay.
Yeah, my mini IV that I can contour. I'm giving her a little bit mid-face here.
So Krystal, do you use her actual smile lines as like a defining mark? You know, like a, I don't know the word I'm trying to use at the moment, but an outline maybe of where to go. Okay.
Yeah. Because I mean, obviously you don't want to put filler where there's, well, you want to augment natural features.
Okay.
So if we're putting fillers for cheeks, we want to put it on the bone. If we're putting filler in the chin, we want to go to the submental area where the chin is. If we're putting filler on the jawline, we need to put it on the bone. So all we're doing is just making it's continuation of a natural bone structure.
Okay, got it.
And that way she doesn't look artificial or fake.
So that's a good question I wanted to ask you. So artificial and fake, how do you ensure that your clients don't walk out looking artificial and fake? With the chipmunk cheeks, as you called it.
It all starts with a very good consultation.
Okay.
You have to have realistic expectations.
Okay.
So if you are 50 years old and you've never had filler, you can't come in wanting to look like Kylie Jenner.
Okay.
So you have to have a realistic expectations.
Got it. Okay.
So that would be number one. And number two is your injector needs to be, you know, that's going to be your buddy for a while. I mean, injections are not something that you just get done one and done.
Okay.
You need to, you know, follow up 2 weeks after, a couple of months after, and have a relationship with your injector.
Okay.
So that we're making sure that everything looks good, stays good, and then we don't overdo it.
Okay.
You can overdo it, but it takes a lot. It's to put it in perspective, a ketchup packet is about 5 syringes.
Oh, okay.
This is half a ketchup packet.
Okay.
If not even that. It's like, what, 1/4 of a ketchup packet.
Okay.
So it's very, very minimal that we're using right now. So minimal can go a long way.
Okay. Can I turn her around and we're able to talk to her now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you just finished this procedure.
Yes.
Kishanda, how are you feeling?
Feel great.
You feel great? You're talking to me?
Yes.
You aren't bleeding?
I mean, honestly, it feels like the initial, when she goes in with the needle to make that little entry, I have more pain popping a pimple.
Okay. Wow. Let's say that again. You have more pain
Popping
a pimple than the blunt. It's called a blunt, right, Krystal?
Blunt tip cannula.
Yes.
Okay.
So she numbs me, like she said, and so it just feels like you feel something moving on your skin. But like I said, when the pimples come, that's teary in the eye. This is like nothing, and I can smile and talk.
You can smile and talk.
Yes.
Okay. And so what's her follow-up going to look like? She'll come back in 2 weeks?
So she'll come back in 2 weeks. We'll have a follow-up to see how symmetry looks, healing looks, decide if we're going to go a little further with more filler, or if we're good to go and we can start talking about skin, because let's not forget about the skin on top of the filler. If her skin is not A1, then we're going to get her skin as healthy as we can that her filler looks good.
So you make sure you take care of the natural skin as well.
Yes. It's
Okay.
holistic.
I love that. It's holistic because I'm going to be very honest. I definitely had the misconception. Let's be clear. You see all of the Hollywood stars and you're like, whoa, what have they done, right? So you don't recognize the good ones.
Right.
Because I don't have the eye for that.
Yes.
So you see it and you just label everyone under, oh, honey, she's had a lot of work. I would have never guessed. Okay.
Yeah.
Good work, you can't spot like that. Good work looks like they look great, they take care of themselves.
Yeah,
Bad work, that's when you can spot.
I have been knowing you for years,
Yes.
and you look the same. So good work.
Hey, good work.
Good work. Really, really good work. And so you feel fine?
I feel fine, I feel great.
Do the smile lines ever go away?
Yes. Here's the thing. I never would like to feel someone 100%. Once you start stuffing someone, then you're taking away who they are as a person and their features. I'm okay with a little line.
Okay.
And when I have customers that tell me they don't want anything, I say, well, you're going to look different, because everyone should have a natural cheek indentation, and everyone should have some little hollowness around the mouth. Otherwise, you're going to look overstuffed.
I love it. Thank you both for coming in here and introducing me and the audience to something new and different. And thanks, Krystal, for, just clearing up all those myths and misconceptions.
Oh, you're welcome.
So guys, you've seen it right here, okay, on the Good Morning with Misti B show. Fillers, all right? Are you next? I'll be right back right after this break, guys.
Confidence comes standard with a certified pre-owned Cadillac from Ron Carter Cadillac, your only Houston area Cadillac to your door dealer. Get 2.9% APR for 72 months on Houston's largest certified pre-owned Cadillac inventory, with the assurance of a 172-point inspection, meticulous reconditioning by master Cadillac technicians, and a total 5-year limited warranty with unlimited miles.
Shop smarter when you shop Ron Carter. RonCarterCadillac.com.
Real estate can be a very complicated process. Finding one, how much can you afford, financing, closing costs, mortgage, putting it on the market, considering offers, inspection, negotiations, submitting offers, schools, down payment, title insurance, home warranty, taxes, review net sheets. These are the pieces of the puzzle of home ownership. I'm the person who helps put it together and the glue that keeps it together. Give me a call.
My prenatal promise is to make sure my baby is safe and healthy because I know it is possible to acquire syphilis, HIV, or other STDs without knowing it. Getting tested is my very first chance to protect my baby. Doctors are required to give expectant mothers 3 separate tests for syphilis. If you're pregnant, ask your doctor if you're being tested properly for syphilis and other STDs. Congenital syphilis can lead to a miscarriage, stillbirth, or an infant death. Don't risk your baby's health. To find out more, visit myprenatalpromise.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Listen, we are always doing something unique and something different here at the Good Morning with Misti B show, and I hope you guys enjoyed that just as much as I did. Now listen, you heard Krystal say something, and I thought it was very, very important. So, Krystal was saying you have to make sure that you take care of the skin that you're already in. And so yes, she performs fillers and injections and Botox, but it's important that you take care of the skin that you're in because you have to love you, right? So what good is it to do all this stuff to yourself and you hate yourself? Make sure that you are absolutely in love with you. And hey, be like Kishanda. If this is your thing, then make this a part of your self-care regimen. As always, I absolutely enjoy you guys. I love chatting with you guys. I love hearing what you have to say. So make sure that you're chatting with me on Facebook and on Instagram at American Star TV. And if you have something amazing that you want to do here in the studio, contact us because I want to bring you on. As always, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.